Hey everybody, this week on JCat Land and Cattle, we're going to continue planting this field. We had a few setbacks with it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but the planter bolt came out and blew some hydraulic lines, so finally got that done. Got some rain also, and so that we had to wait for the soil to dry back out. But we probably planted, this is a 28 acre field, and we've planted about 10 acres of it, so we got 18 more to go. But where we did plant before the disc broke and the rain is coming up pretty good. You can see the rows, and it's, you know, 3 or 4 inches tall over here, and looks like it'll make compared to the other field. It gets a little sparse when the weeds start, but I think it'll still come on through. So faintly see the rows there. So we're going to finish up planting this today, hopefully, if nothing else breaks. We also have what we call the 109 pasture. It's getting cultipacked right now after being disked, and so that's probably where we'll plant next, as well as we're pulling about 56 bales of hay off of another field, so that way it'll plant. All in all, I think we have about 87 acres to plant, so we better get to it. I guess I'll show y'all what happened with the disc, the planter. We still haven't been able to fix it right, but we said we've wasted about 4 days working on this, so we said we might as well start planting, and if it falls out again, we know how to fix it right. We have the right parts now, and go from there. But let me flip y'all around. This is the pin. This fell out, and there's a hydraulic line right here, and it ripped the fitting off the front and was leaking, so we had to get a new line and feed it all through there. And then we also had to, this pin fit, but it was a little short where you couldn't put any washers whenever you put the cotter pins in, so we had to order the right one, and now we can't get it out. We spent about 4 hours trying to get it out yesterday, and we said we'll just, whenever it falls back out and breaks another line, we'll fix it right. But we only have really about 10 more days to get this in the ground before it's too late, so we're gonna try to hurry and knock it out. I wish I had it recorded, but you get so busy and determined to finish a project that sometimes you forget to grab the camera. But we're gonna do a little planning today, maybe throw up the drone and go from there. I noticed those, my Knipex. Almost lost these. They were gonna be gone until we bailed or something. Alright, we got the 28 acres done. We got that all planted. Now we're in this 10 acres where we planted the oats and put some cows out and let them graze it. Late spring, early summer graze. And right now my grandfather is in the case tractor mowing down the residual, and then I'm coming right behind him and drilling it in. We'll see how that goes compared to disking. We got a no-till drill for a reason, so let's try to capitalize on that with this project. And then we are also disking up some rough areas in a field, and then going to come back behind and cultipack it. And then we also have a big surprise coming in later today for another field that we were going to plant in Sudan, but now we're probably going to do Bermuda. So we're going to keep mowing and disking. Here's the chicken litter we just got delivered today, and in a few hours they'll be here to sling it out all over this field. This is the 109 acre windmill pasture. We're planning on putting sorghum Sudan in this field. So we disked it up. It was pretty much solid weeds before, and we just haven't gotten around to planting it in time with all this rain. And sure enough, a ton of Bermudas started coming up. So we've decided to not plant the Sudan here and just go ahead and fertilize it with this chicken litter, and hopefully that Bermuda will just take off like crazy, and that'll be really good. We might even get one cutting this year. That'd just be great. But you can see pretty much all of that, with the exception of a few weeds, is all Bermuda. And then kind of the further towards the east we go, the Bermuda kind of tapers out. That's where we will be putting the Sudan. We only have about 28 tons of chicken litter, and we're going to do about a ton to the acres, so we can only do 28 acres. This is our first time trying the chicken litter here in central Oklahoma. We've done it in the past, the eastern part of Texas, and it seemed to work pretty well. So this soil's not the best, so hopefully that'll really bring in the micronutrients and the nitrogen and everything that comes with the chicken litter. But man, it sure does stink. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do over here. All right, we're still going at it on planting the Sudan grass. We probably have, hopefully only about 40 or 50 acres left. And then we've also went ahead and worked these cows that are all in here. And this is what we call kind of the junkyard, or the lane into the corrals. We're gonna try to let these cows really overgraze this grass right here. It's Bermuda mixed with all sorts of other stuff, but I'd say it's mainly Bermuda. Gonna let them overgraze that, and we've disked a little of it, and this is gonna kind of be our test plot for the Sunn hemp that we're gonna plant after we get done with the Sudan grass. So overgrazing is more a comparison of disking it, and just if we let the cows graze it down and then planting it and reducing the weed / grass pressure, maybe it'll equal out. And if that's the case, and it doesn't hurt the Bermuda too bad for next year and stuff, it might be a better option than disking it up. We also kind of did the same thing, separate field over there, except we just mowed it. So we didn't disc it and we didn't overgraze it, we just mowed it. And we're also seeing how that does on weed pressure compared to not mowing it at all, like we did down in the bottom and stuff. So this year, with all the rain we've gotten and just how everything's been going, we're trying to do as many test plots and kind of see what the best option is for the ranch on the cost per acre to plant this kind of stuff without, obviously it'll be cheaper just plant over this and not have to disc it up, and it does just as well. But if we're losing yield, or it's not producing as well, or getting established as well, then we'll know, well, you better spend the money and disc up the field and do all the preparation. I feel like there's a lot of benefits to not disking up the field. You lose a lot of the nutritional value and nutrients, vitamins or micronutrients, and moisture as well whenever you disc it up. So try to do as little tillage as possible. At the end of the day, we need the crop to be in the ground and to produce a good yielding crops. This year it's a lot of experiment. So that'll be it for this week's video. It's kind of been a 3 or 4 day process and a lot of different things happening. I think there's a lot of things to look forward to on kind of our test plots and what all is going to be going on in the ranch. We're also going to be trying to do a late summer burn to see how that is compared to the February burn that we did earlier. So stay tuned and see what else is coming this way, and thanks for watching, and remember to always eat beef.